So Wildcats, to start a radial symmetry, you're going to need glue, scissors. I have everyone has their own tray of paper, and you are going to get a 12 by 12 black square. The first steps really is to start with your design somewhere with something in the center so you can get that centerpiece of your radial symmetry started. And I highly suggest starting with a circle. Now you're going to get some shape. I could actually start with a square inside of a square. I think I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go with a circle. And we know from when we were in kindergarten that if you have a square or circle, you want to make a circle, what shape do you start with? Start with a square, and then you just got to round the corners. Now this is going to end up covering most of my red, so I'm going to cut it down. Make a pile of my scraps. And I'm just going to kind of start layering and making my radial symmetry as I go. Another thing that works well, like on this one, you can see triangles in the corners and things like that. So basic shapes to get it going. And from there, you can get a little more creative with zigzaggy lines and curves and more abstracts like you see in this. So I'm just going to kind of build for a little bit and see where it takes me. You want to start, to do the starting of this, you want to start with big fields of color, and then you can layer smaller pieces on top. So I've got these big triangles in the corners. Well, now I can come in with, I could come in with smaller triangles and make a more interesting radial symmetrical. Do you see how I did that? Radial symmetrical picture. So kind of play around with that. I do want things to match, so I cut that one. Now I'm going to put it on all four corners of this purple and cut them so they're the same size. So I'll be looking at, number one, obviously, I'll be looking for your project showing me radial symmetry, right? That's the word we're talking about. What's something else I'd probably be looking for? How well you are, hello, anybody listening? How well are you using your scissors? How about when it comes time to use your glue? So those will be things I'm looking for as you are creating your radial symmetry. Is it radial symmetrical? Do you have it where you've cut out neatly? Have you glued nicely? And is your project interesting? The challenge is, make yours the most interesting in the room.